Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So in this video, based off some of the videos we've been doing lately, I'm just going to talk through what I'm currently going to be doing in the lead up to Bonus XP Live. So we've talked through what I'm going to be doing. I'll be doing that in a video with the other accounts, but in terms of the next sort of 8 days, what my plans are on this account to maximize my profits for Bonus XP, and also to give me stuff to skill with and stuff like that. Now, with the main account, it's mainly going to be for profit, and it's going to have to be something AFK. Now, you can probably guess from my info what I'm going to be doing on this account for probably the next 8 days, and probably hardcore AFK as well, is going to archaeology spots. Now, archaeology spots, we've been through enough times now on the channel where we kind of like understand the info and all that sort of stuff. Now, the reason I do this is because, again, I don't know how many people fully understand this. Archeology works very differently on a Bonus XP Live. So, you do not get double BXP for each archaeology artifact you make. What you do get is your archaeology XP progress is twice as quick. So even though you don't get double EXP on the artifacts, you get your artifacts twice as quick. Now that does present a really good problem with the fact of you getting artifacts really quick, which is going to give you a lot of XP once you do sort of restore those artifacts. However, the problem with that is you are not getting the materials you normally would. So you're getting a lot more artifacts, but a lot less raw materials. So because of that, and because people have a massive surplus of artifacts they want to convert to XP and continue training in archaeology, the prices of materials do generally go quite high. So that's where someone who quite enjoys the AFK life and enjoys AFK in a way can make a little bit of extra profit just by camping a certain spot in archaeology. Where I like to go is normally a dig site which is linked to a Tetra Compass, because I think people hunt for a Tetra Compass spot. I know I did. The majority of my archaeology adventure, I was pretty much at the Warforge, and I was just doing that with the basis of I'll have loads of archaeology chests from doing the Tetra Compasses to go for the Tony's Matic, or also for the pure rewards of Clue Scrolls, XP and all that sort of stuff as well. So those are the ones I focus on. So that's going to be Zami, going to be Sara, and it's going to be Bandos. I think it's just those three. Now, Zami actually makes money at high tier spots, but also like restoring the artifacts to complete sets also makes money with Zamorak. I don't know why, because you're basically making profit restoring artifacts, and it shouldn't really work like that with archaeology. But again, Zamorak is quite consistent for it. It's not a one-off. So those are the three spots. Now, just through sheer habit, I normally camp the Warforge, and the reason I camp the Warforge is for a few reasons. The war tip spot, which you can do, I believe, at 150 in archaeology, it gives you a chance to make a little bit more money. And I just think that with the Warforged materials especially, maybe Sara can sort of argue for it. They do sell extremely well and extremely easily as well. And don't get me wrong, before you do this, the wiki has a fantastic way of breaking down the price of materials. And this should also impact your decision as well. You want to be going somewhere which has decent prices for materials, and you also want to be going to a spot which has decent prices for materials as well. So, me personally, I camp the Bandos Sanctum Debris, which is where you can get the war tips, which is where you can get the spear tip, which is going to the Spear of Annihilation or something like that. So, yes, you can go and hunt caches and go and hunt the highest tier caches, but it's not this level of AFK. For me, this level of AFK, I can do anything I want. I can edit videos, I can record videos, and my account will just fly away and do this on its own. Because the AFK time has been extended, it means that I have to pay even less attention to doing this in terms of archaeology gains and all that sort of stuff as well. So if you wanted something which is massively solidly AFK, will bring you in quite a sizable chunk of money by the end of it, but also give you a little bit of like pure base in archaeology XP. Not only that, it's very good for training your invention as well. If you want to augment your Matic, it's also very good for AFK invention XP as well. Now, one thing I would say is pretty vital, well, two things which are pretty vital. The auto screener makes archaeology the nicest AFK skill going. It really is a massive upgrade, which I would suggest you get as an absolute like necessity as soon as you're able to, and as soon as you have the rank in the archaeology guild. Not only that as well, teaming up with a Grace of the Elves means basically you're not having to bank all the time. Now, you can sort of cheese a Grace of the Elves by using magic notepaper because it is relatively cheap. But every time you do that, you are basically taking profit out of your hands because you're buying the notepaper. Now, the Grace of the Elves is a substantial purchase, and I'll never hide from the fact with that and the Brooch, you are spending a lot of money to get this buff. But I always see that the earlier you get it, the more value it's going to provide your account, because it really is going to save you a lot of time and increase the AFK-ness of a lot of skills you're going to be doing. So it's a really, really good investment, and I'd consider buying it as soon as you can as well. And by doing this and making a little bit more money with archaeology materials for our bonus XP, you can also put a sizable chunk towards something like a Grace of the Elf purchase if you wanted to. So in terms of what I'm doing for the next 8 days, will I completely be here? No. I still do things like a big daily run, which will be like my grapevines, my herbs and all that sort of stuff. Would I need to go and do a farm run? Possibly. If I need to do things like check the Grand Exchange, if you're actively a flipper. And then if you're actively a flipper, then absolutely do that as well. But you can pick spots like this where you're very close to a bank. As you saw from like me going to the Warforge, because I have the Master Archeology outfit, you can teleport very quickly to this spot. You're straight in and you're sort of AFK within like a couple of seconds. Now the Warforge is very good because it's basically where the Castle Wars teleport is. The Warforge is very good because it's where the old mobilizing armies was. So a Ring of Dueling can get you to the Warforge very, very quickly. And if you just need to go and do like a quick farm run or collecting something or going to the Grand Exchange, change your flips around, you can be very good with that as well. So that is pretty much going to be what the main account's going to be doing for the next 7 days. It's going to be sort of jumping between Grand Exchange for flips. Not that I think I'm going to be massively flipping stuff. I'm going to have a dot around the Grand Exchange and see like if I can spot any deals or anything worthwhile doing. And if it works for me and if I'm going to make some money from it, I'll probably like dip in and see how it goes. I do have my Grimwall spikes, which I'm trying to sell for an extortionate price, so they probably won't sell. Which is going to be my big investment thing for this bonus XP. If they don't sell, they're just going to have to sit in the bank till we at least go up to a decent price. We got in very cheap with them, so it's not the worst thing in the world as well. But that's something I would highly recommend for the next sort of like 8 days. Try and find something AFK you can play on the side, if you don't have attention to go fully gather stuff or go PVM or Slayer to make some money anyway. Doing a little AFK skill on the side really does rake in like a little bit of substantial money over time. I know a couple of people who do archaeology purely AFK while they work from home, and like they will make a couple $100 mil comfortably per month as well. So even if you're not doing it while you're working or you're doing your schoolwork, on your downtime, if you want to play something else, if you could AFK on the side, it really will bring you some profit in. So something definitely worthwhile. Now that's the plans for the main account. So the Bond account is going to go into its third bonus XP live. In terms of plans for that leading up to it, I'm just kind of playing it as normal. I'm not too much chasing like the GP and stuff. It's doing things which are going to be making GP anyway, so I've not really like pulled it and sidetracked it and doing something else. The main account is one I'm going to use more for projects for the bonus XP live. So in terms of those projects, we're going to go and do a couple of money makers for next week. We did them on the last bonus XP and they all went down really well. So I kind of want to do some more for this one, but maybe look at some more abstract and different money making methods to where you've got more of a chance of not being as common and a bit more niche than normal. So we'll definitely be looking at some other stuff as well. Definitely things like herb lore. I think herb lore is the best of the sort of artisan skills at the minute to make money. The last bonus XP, herb lore definitely made more money than construction. Construction kind of fell flat, so I'll check the prices and stuff for that as well, and we'll do it as well. And I know you guys really like that when we started the Grand Exchange. We talked through profit, money making, and what we could do and position ourselves to make it better as well. So that is something on the pipeline for the rest of this weekend, or possibly this week, or possibly next week. We're sort of drawing up ideas of what we're going to do for next week, and we'll go pretty heavy on the content. Every bonus XP we've sort of made sure we upload every day, which I want to keep up as a trend because I think loads of people playing the game. It's a really good time to engage on how everyone's doing on like their bonus XP and stuff, and feedback on like things they're picking out as well. So obviously all these videos, like if we get like decent feedback and like ideas and stuff, we can go off and make as many videos as you guys want to see as well. So again, if you've got anything you want to drop in or anything you want me to look at or have a sort of prod into, or if you're interested in a certain skill, drop in a comment and we'll always do our best to make sure that we can make the video for that as well. But yeah, I'm sorry if this went on a bit of a ramble, but basically like the overall TLDR is, for me in the main account, we're going to spend the next 8 days pretty much camping archaeology spots. We're going to do the war tip spot, or we might swap around between Bandos, Sami and Sara. What we're pretty much doing this for is purely for money making, and the fact that the money making is massively AFK and underrated AFK as well. And I'm hoping to like, just from AFK making something like 80-ish mil, 80 to 100 mil, which will be pretty good. We will have to put some hours in, don't get me wrong. These will take quite a bit of hours just to camp and stuff. And all of the artifacts, I'll either sort of scrap or just hand in it for the library. I don't think they're really worth disassembling, which is also an option as well if you wanted to make them and disassemble them. But I don't need the XP, and I don't think that the disassembled components are really going to be as much money as the materials. So I'm going to trade the materials. But yeah, so that's the end of it. Again, hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Hope you guys are looking forward to all the content coming over the next couple of weeks. Going to be very, very busy. And I know January we didn't have anywhere near the upload schedule of the past 6 months, but we needed a semi-break. I really did need to sort of like have a bit of time away from videos, but I do feel ready to get back into it and try and knock that video count up per week as well. And the feedback and the likes and stuff I'm getting has been fantastic for Jan. Jan kind of like blew me away with just how well it went. So we're all ready for Feb. We're all ready to keep firing out the videos, and I hope you guys are looking forward to it and hope you enjoy them as well. But if you've enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Plenty more content. We're not stopping anywhere anytime soon. But thank you guys for watching once again, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.